It's been a busy day inside those garages as teams make their final preparations for tonight's race. Rowan Pennick is ready. He won the Icebreaker here in April. Ryan Preece is one of the hottest drivers in the country and added a Thompson win in June. A strong field of the best modified drivers ready to battle on one of the Northeast's most famous racetracks. It's the Budweiser King of Beers 150 here at Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park in Thompson, Connecticut. Ralph Shaheen alongside Tommy Baldwin and Derek Bernasiglio, who will be joining us momentarily from down on pit road. Well, the Northeast is full of great racetracks. Tonight, a nice warm evening, 73 degrees, a light breeze. Let's show you where we're located at. Thompson Speedway, about 64 miles southwest of Boston. There's a good look at the racetrack from high up above, and we got a tight points battle here, Tommy. But you better be good with your pit stops and your tires tonight.
Yes, for sure, Ralph. It's 150 laps. Now, it's 25 laps longer than the previous race there. Tire wear is going to be a really big story today, and when you're going to pit.
Pennick just 7 markers behind Timmy Solomito. Well, let's head down trackside and hear from Rowan Pennick. Here's Derek Bernasiglio.
Ralph, it's one of the most famous modifieds in all of racing that is sitting on the pole. The Old Blue, number 3, with Rowan Pennick at the wheel. His first career pole in the series, and you won the Icebreaker earlier in the season. Had you learned anything from that race that you applied in this race tonight?
No, this 3 team is just giving me really good cars here at Thompson. We've been going good here all year, so hopefully, we got a great starting spot tonight. Hopefully we can keep it up front all night and stay out of trouble.
The teams practiced during the day to get the cars dialed in, but now we're racing at night. What does that do to the car, and how will the handlings of the car change?
Yeah, the track's definitely going to change here at night. I think it's going to free up, so hopefully my guys made the right changes to keep the car underneath me. Hopefully we'll be in victory lane over there behind us when it's all done.
Well, he's already won once so far here earlier this year. Rowan Pennick sits second in points, just 7 spots behind Timmy Solomito for the championship.
He's got a lot of good momentum coming into this race here tonight. Pennick should certainly be one we'll have to keep an eye on. But there's a few other guys who've won some races this year. Solomito's been right there. Bobby Santos has picked up a win already this year. Good look at some of the cars already on the front stretch, ready to go from high up here on the flag stand. Well, let's go back in the day. How about the fall race, Tommy, in 2014 here? That's Ryan Preece on the inside.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you got Rowan Pennick, who I think was on the outside. Same guys are going to be a threat tonight. So, I really think experience pays key at this place. This place has been around a long time. It takes a lot of years to be able to understand the long run, how to save your tires. A lot of guys get, when they start racing in this series, they kind of get antsy here and wear out their tires. So you're going to see the senior drivers, the guys with the most experience, come to the top at the end of this race.
That was the first win at Thompson for Ryan Preece. We'll see if we can get another one here today when we come back. Whelen Modified Tour Racing and NBCSN is brought to you by E3 Spark Plugs, delivering more performance on the track and on your daily commute. What are you running? Well, if you're a fan of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, any race at Thompson Speedway is one you circle on your calendar, Tommy.
It is, Ralph. This is a midweek race. A lot of fans here. You know, the thing is, it's only been 5 days since they raced Stafford. A lot of guys had issues there. They had to work their tails off to get here today.
150 laps here tonight. Plenty of banking in those turns to get the drive off the corner. Let's touch base with Derek.
Well, Ralph, one of the drivers that we're going to watch tonight will be that orange and white number 6 machine of Ryan Preece, and he has been the driver everyone's been talking about recently, especially after winning his very first NASCAR Xfinity Series race a couple of weeks ago at the Iowa Speedway. What did he do after that? He followed it up with another win on the tour at the Stafford Motor Speedway. The car that he's driving tonight is the car that won at Stafford, and it also won earlier in the year at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And recently, Ryan Preece just made another announcement that Joe Gibbs Racing is going to put him in one more Xfinity Series race later this year at the Kentucky Speedway.
One of the hottest drivers in the country right now.
Yeah, it's just a natural talent. I've been watching. Obviously, this kid's been a part of TBR for a long time, and incredible talent. We'll see how he does today with the other talented modified drivers tonight.
Well, let's show you the starting lineup. We already met Rowan Pennick. He's got points leader Timmy Solomito right alongside of him as we work our way back. Look at Ted Christopher, still wheeling it for an older guy.
Yeah, he's got a lot of gray hair, broken wrist. He just keeps digging.
Woody Pitcat on the inside of row 7 as we look back through the field.
Yeah, he got a couple young kids with C.J. Lehman and Brendan Bach in the back there. 15-year-old Dylan Stoyer, row 11. He's going to be one to watch in the future for sure.
He's going to get some experience here tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to learn a lot.
Well, here we go. Green flag, and we're racing at Thompson.
Outside usually is the groove here on the restarts. Very abrasive track, so I think you're going to see the guys settle in here after about 5-6 laps. Just take what they can get here and then get to the caution where it's time to pit.
Pennick will take the lead. Solomito hung on that inside. Loses maybe 3-4 spots at least.
And that's pretty typical here at Thompson, at 0-0 with John McKennedy. I really like that kid. He's won races in the super modified division this year. He's leading points in that division. He's leading points in another modified division that he wins regular at. Just a really hardcore young racer.
There's Kobe on the inside in the 2. Multi-time champ. Very good at this racetrack. Trying to get into that upper groove there.
Yeah, and he makes the pass on Andrew Krause. You know, you always see that 2 car. It always runs well whenever they're on TV. Phil Moran's a great crew chief in this series. He's been part of it for at least 30 years and knows pretty much every in and out of the racetracks that he goes to and the race cars.
Driver out of Massachusetts, John McKennedy. That 0-0 running in second place. Here's a battle back here in 9th. Really enjoy watching Max Zeckham drive, too. That's another young talent in this tour.
Yeah, I mean, he just seems like he hangs out between 8th and 12th, and at the end of the race, he always comes in with a really decent finish.
Max is in the 20 car. Back to the front. Pennick challenge to the inside. Here comes that 0-0. McKennedy, but he's got Preece now pushing on the outside.
And again, I think John learned a little bit there. It's very hard to do that early in the race. He went for the lead, and it cost him 2 or 3 spots.
Here comes Preece. He's going to see if he can make it happen. Looks like a little pushing and shoving in 1 and 2.
And that's the only way you're going to be able to do it. You're going to have to slide up into him, cut the outside guys, momentum down a little bit to make the pass. It's really the only way you can do it until the tires start wearing out. You can see the 3 car. He's having a little handling issue. Looks like he's a little tight.
One guy, Derek, we cannot forget about tonight is Doug Kobe.
Guys, if Doug Kobe is going to keep his championship hopes alive, he has got to do it here tonight. And this is a track that's brought him a lot of good fortune. One season, he won every single modified tour race here at the Thompson Speedway. He started off the season very rough, finishing outside the top 10. But tonight, they think that they have a very good long-run car. They said if it can stay green, we have the car that can last on the longer runs. When the pit stop comes, we want to put a softer right rear on to have a nice, fresh, soft right rear tire on the car. He said because this track loosens up when the sun goes down.
Kobe, shockingly, is 6th in the points. Even more shocking is the fact he hasn't had a win yet this year. 4 top 5s. That soft tire, Tommy, is something new this year.
It is. NASCAR has allowed these teams to put an option, softer tire on the right rear if they chose to. It's, in my opinion, watching these modifieds race this year, the 2 cars have been really strong in the beginning of the race. And it seems like when they've pitted and tried putting that tire on, the other guys have caught up to them a little bit, especially the 6 car with Preece. I think that softer tire has really worked into Preece's favor and with his driving style.
Kobe, a 4-time series champion. He knows how to get it done if he can just catch a couple of breaks here tonight. Right now, trying to get around Penick, who held the lead early on.
You can't. I mean, you just can't.
Back here at Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park, Thompson, Connecticut. It's the Budweiser King of Beers 150 for the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. That's Timmy Solomito right there, the points leader. Not leading here tonight, but certainly in contention. Has a shot at it.
Yeah, I mean, Timmy's doing a good job all year keeping the car in one piece for the most part. He's gotten a couple wrecks, but he's going to keep his eye on the 3 cars. He's going to run his own race, stay within striking distance. What do you got for us, Derek?
Right now, Timmy Solomito in the number 16 is seeing this race going to plan. Earlier in the day when we talked, asked him, you're leading the points right now. We're past the halfway point of the season. Are you starting to think about the championship? He said, I'm thinking about it a little bit, but the big emphasis that we're trying to do is trying to make an emphasis on racing hard and smart in these remaining races. If we can do that and keep wearing them down with top 5s, we can win this championship.
Caution. Going to slow the field down here. Comes out on lap 58. It's Dylan Stoyer.
This kid's got a lot of talent in him. He's won on dirt races. He's won at Riverhead Raceway. He's going to be a good race car driver.
See a little contact in here.
Yep, got a little tight and spun out. Good learning experience for him.
What do you like about him, Tommy? You mentioned all the places he's racing. What does he do well?
He's just, he can adapt. I was at Riverhead Raceway during the year a couple months ago, and I just watched him for about 30, 40 laps adapt to the conditions, what the racetrack gave him, and he's got a really good car control.
Well, that's our first caution of the night. There's Kobe. Getting ready to go back to green. We should see the green around lap 66 here. Scheduled for 150 laps tonight at Thompson.
Yeah, and I think that caution was a little early. Probably some guys who are having real handling issues probably pitted, but a little early to put tires on.
Green flag.
Again, Timmy Solomito getting stuck on the inside there, losing another spot.
Oh, Dave Sapienza here in the 36. Was hooked together there for a minute with Matt Swanson. Now they separate. No caution. We keep racing. Priest at the front of the field. Pennick into second in the blue 3.
You see that number 52, Woody Paquette, brand new team for tonight, having a good showing.
Woody Paquette, one of the regulars on the tour, out of Stafford, Connecticut, the 52, the Gunsmoke Stebbins Racing Chevrolet.
His brother-in-law, Bobby Santos, running right behind him, going for a spot as we speak.
Santos a winner this year. Santos in the 44. Inside the black car, the orange numbers, gets the spot.
And Bobby Santos, again, winning races all over the country with the midgets. Such great talent. It's just a shame that he never had a shot for the big time. We've run him a lot in the ARCA division and some Xfinity races. He showed a lot of promise, but we could just never get him to the next spot.
Had a great career over here, though, winning the championship in this division. Kobe right behind him, diving inside. I can't get it there. Now Santos inside at 3. And it looks like he's going to get around Timmy Solomito. Kobe trying to follow him through.
Yeah, as the tires start wearing, it's a little bit easier to do that when your cars are handled a little bit better than the other person. In the beginning, when everybody has fresh tires, it's really hard to do that. So you can see the guys who have paced themselves.
Oh, Santos and the Fennec.
Yeah, you can see, Santos has using a lot of front brake. You see his front rotors growing. So he's using those front brake to try to keep the car on the tight side. As the tires wear, it's normally on short tracks that you crank a lot of front brake in them so the backs don't come around. You see Kobe's front brakes lighten up as well. So these guys are starting to play the deal. If caution comes out, they're going to adjust that brake back to neutral and work from there.
You heard Derek mention earlier, Kobe needs a good run here tonight if he wants to stay alive in this points chase. He's going to pick up another position here.
Again, you're seeing the cream rise to the top, the guys who have really good hand on race cars, guys that have experience here at Thompson. Didn't go really crazy in the beginning of the race, let the young kids wear their tires out, and they're up in the top 5.
Kobe followed Santos through here. That's where they had the contact. Kobe did a nice job on the brakes there, too. And now Doug is up to second place. What do you think is the key as to why Kobe hasn't won yet this year?
Well, I think, Phil's putting him in a really good position at the end of the... Here comes a caution here.
Looks like this one is going to be for Walter Sutcliffe in the 78.
So this is the story here that we're about halfway into the race. Is it too early to pit? I'm not sure. This is kind of a gamble. If a lot of guys pit here and some guys don't, they can hold on to another caution. They're definitely going to have the advantage.
Wants turn 3. And you can see Sutcliffe sliding into the entrance of the corner there, and our flagman reaching for the caution light. Well, Priest isn't going to come down, but Kobe, Santos, Solomito, Pennick, they're all headed to pit road.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. It's with all those guys pitting and Priest not, this could be devastating for Priest because those guys are going to come around and lap him pretty quick. Let's see what these guys do. It looks like Kobe's not even changing tires. That's pretty big right now to come in, lose some track position. They look like they're making a track bar adjustment. Everybody else seems like they're putting the tires on, so this is going to be pretty interesting.
You can change 3 tires, any 3.
Yeah, and the key is you're allowed to put a softer tire on the right rear than when you started the race. What tire are they putting on now? Are they putting on the same one they started or the softer one? If they're putting on the softer one right now, their tire will be completely wore out by the end of this race.
Timmy Solomino and the Starrett Tools Ford out onto the racetrack. We will be right back here to Thompson for more of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. NBCSN is in Thompson, Connecticut. Race number 9 of 16 of the 2017 NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour as we got this one underway. A little bit of incident early on for Dylan Stoyer, talented young driver. Learning a lesson here tonight. Ryan Preece showing the speed in the 6. He's out front. Ralph Shaheen, Tommy Baldwin, and Derek Perniciglio with you. We've only had one lead change among two drivers, 2 cautions for 13 laps. It's been a pretty clean race so far. The big question, though, is who's calling their pit strategy right?
Yeah, it looks like 5 guys didn't pit. Kobe pitted for an adjustment. Let's see how fast these guys who pitted and put tires on carve through this group of cars. As you can see, Solomino is already up to 4th place.
Preece, who did not pit, goes back to the lead. Kobe, who pitted but did not take tires, sits in 3rd, so he could pit again and grab those tires if he wanted.
Yeah, and I think probably Phil watched the 6 car stay out and decided to say, hey, if I don't take tires on, I'm going to be even with Preece if the caution comes out with tires. If I put tires on and Preece is the only one that didn't put tires on, along with the 51 with Bonsior, who just took the lead, I will be in trouble later. So it was probably ended up being a really smart decision by Phil, waiting to put tires on.
Phil Moran, of course, crew chief for that number 2 of Doug Kobe on the inside. Justin Bonsignor becomes the 3rd driver to lead here tonight in that 51.
Yeah, and again, he came out of nowhere, so that means he did a really good job saving the tires. They obviously came into this race with a good plan on when they were going to pit. Decided that definitely that lap that wasn't time. It was too early, and now he's taking advantage of it. Preece has really set the tone early on, and he took off. I'm not sure if he used his tires up or not.
Bonsignor 4th in the point standings. No wins this year. 3 top 5s. Could tonight be his first trip to victory lane this year?
They made a crew chief change a couple weeks ago. Went back to the guy that was taking care of the stuff over the past years, winning a lot of races. They formed the band, as they say, back together, and they've been running well ever since.
Solomito on the outside, up to second.
Yeah, obviously you can see the guys with tires are starting to move up. It takes 2 or 3 laps for the older tires to get heated and start slipping and sliding. And they do know that these guys got to pit, so they're going to take their time getting through them a little bit. As you see, Solomito just making a quick move past the 51 now. Now it's all about Timmy going, okay, I got the lead. Who's behind me? How am I going to save my tires for the end?
Well, the key as to who's behind him is that Rowan Pennick in the blue 3, who is 7 points behind in the point standings, is about 7 spots back in the freight trade.
Yeah, I don't think right now he's probably worrying about that. I think right now he's definitely worrying about how to get to the end of the race, because he knows there's some key guys that did not pit. So he knows these guys know they're going to have to save tires.
Timmy has 1 win here in 5 top 5s.
And you can see Priest falling back very quickly here.
Solomito with 2 poles and 3 top 10s in his last 3 Thompson starts. Here comes the 82. Christopher up the inside and around Priest. Sapienza there in the 36, right behind him.
The 51, the 2, the 6, they're driving the tails off right now to try to stay up in the pack as far as they can. They do not want to fall back. As this run goes longer and longer, they're going to get slower and slower to the field.
That's Woody Pitcat now, applying pressure on the outside of Priest in the 52. Kobe's doing a pretty good job of hanging in there.
Yeah, so is the 51. It's surprising taking these guys.
Whoa, contact there, and the 00 almost got airborne. John McKennedy. Well, you roll up over a tire like that, and it can get a little scary.
Yeah, it's going to take him a couple laps to get back into the groove here.
Sapienza, Pitcat fighting just inside the top 10. Pitcat gets by in the 52. Bobby Santos has had a pretty solid night, running strong in the top 5, Derek.
Bobby Santos running in the top 3 right now. We've been listening to the conversation between he and his crew chief. He said the car is a little bit tight right now, but I think it'll come around because as we get further into this race, the track is going to loosen up. Bobby Santos recently made history in the United States Auto Club by being the first driver to be able to win in the USAC Silver Crown Sprint Car and Midget Division at the Toledo Speedway recently.
And he's definitely using this experience right now with the midgets running this race. He knows these guys have got to pit. He's going to just stay there, save his tires.
And inside of 50 laps remaining. The Budweiser King of Beers 150. Solomito continuing to lead. And boy, I got to tell you, the two of Kobe, even though he's still on the same tires he started the race with, he's doing a whale of a job.
Yeah, both him and the 51. I was very surprising. But again, I just think these guys know that they're going to be in trouble if a caution comes out with these other three guys that didn't pit yet. I really believe they're just trying to manage their tires as well as they possibly can, not rush to get to the front. They know these guys are going to eventually have to pit.
Is there a point of no return, though, for these guys that haven't pitted yet?
Well, I mean, there is almost over 30 laps now on the tires that are on these cars that these guys already pit. So it gets to the window now. If a caution comes out, those other guys will put on fresh tires and really go through this field. As you can see, the 51's starting to really fall back now.
Tires going away and the brake discs glowing hot. And Justin Bonsignore's 51.
40 laps remaining. It's going to get very interesting here if the caution does not come out.
Which crew chief do you think is getting more nervous? The guy that's got tires that are getting old or the guy that's dying to get some new ones?
I think Phil Moran and Mr. Priest is definitely doing circles in the infield going, did we make the right decision? But this, I bet you it's probably about another 10, 15 more laps. They know if the caution comes out, then they'll still have time to get to the front.
Solomito, meanwhile, doing exactly what he would want to have happen here as the points leader. Running strong, running at the front of the field, and putting a gap between him and the man who's chasing him in the point standings, Rowan Pennick.
And you can see Bobby Santos just lurking in second, just saving him stuff. You know, if I was crew chief of the 16, you know, I know Sly's won a lot of races. I know he's probably doing what I'm getting ready to say. I would be getting with the spotters with both the 16 and 44 to say, hey, let's back it down a little bit. We got a sizable lead. Let's try to save our tires so we can go for the win at the end.
Here's Kobe. Driver out of Milford, Connecticut. Mayhew Tools, Dunleavy Truck and Trailer Repair sponsoring that car. And there it is. The caution comes out. Oh, and it's Priest.
Don't know if he got into somebody else or somebody got into him, but magical. The guy who needed a caution is the caution.
Well, we'll keep an eye on Priest's car, see if we get a replay here and figure out what happened to him.
Looks like all four tires are up, so I don't see any damage on the car, so I'm not sure what happened. Packed house tonight. It's awesome.
As you would expect at this famed New England racetrack.
Great fans. New England race fans are great. I have so much fun when I go up there and race.
And a big, beautiful moon shining up above. All right, so here comes Kobe. Now, remember, he pitted once already, but it just made a chassis adjustment. He can get those tires now. Priest, of course, will come in.
Doug Kobe did a really good job. He's got a sizable lead coming into the pits. He's gonna be the first guy out with fresh tires, so he's gonna have the advantage over Priest at the start of this race.
Sapienza pitted. Looks like Andrew Krause pitted as well. Here's Kobe's crew. Let's go to Derek.
Ryan Priest was needing a late race caution. He never thought that he would be the caution, but it opened up the opportunity for him to be able to come down pit road for the TS Haulers crew to start to go to work. They're going to do a standard pit stop on this race car. No fuel, but they are going to take on 3 tires, 2 right sides and 1 left rear. This is that fresh rubber and that late race rally that Ryan Priest was looking for. Keep an eye on him to charge through the field when we go back to green.
Priest exits pit road. We're hearing from NASCAR that it was contact with a lapper that caused Priest to go around and bring out the caution.
Yeah, this is definitely what those guys needed that didn't pit and put tires on with less than 25 laps to go. I'm sure they put the soft right rear tire on. Let's see what happens here.
Coming around to the green flag as we wind the laps down here at Thompson. Will those new tires be enough to chase down Timmy Solomito for the win here tonight? Coming off of 4, green flag waves.
These tires had a couple minutes to sit down, settle down, cool down. They get harder. When they wore out like they get harder. It's going to take about 2-3 laps for them to come back, but they're not going to be as good as they were before the car should come out. It's definitely going to be an advantage for these guys that came in and put tires on. As you can see, the 2 car, he started probably about 13th or 14th. He's already up to now 5th on the bottom, just with fresh tires. Going to eat these guys up.
Let's keep an eye on him. Here he is inside of McKennedy. That's for 5th. Remember, Kobe has not won this year. Not out of it mathematically for the points chase this year, looking for title number 5. Priest, 3 wins this year. There comes the 6, cutting down hard off of 2, trying to pick off a few cars to see if he can get win number 4 this year.
Yeah, and this is Ryan Priest's element. This is what he's been doing his whole career. This is what he did in Xfinity races. He had to do all those green-white checkers at the end at Iowa. This is what he lives for. He's grown up running these 30-lap races at Stafford Speedway, growing up as a kid. And this is what he does. He starts in the back through the handicap system, works his way up, and there you are. Always at the end of the race, he's always up front.
He's going to get another one here. Now he's got Pennick lined up, shooting to the inside of him. Meanwhile, Kobe looking at Ted Christopher.
And this is going to be very interesting with the 2 and the 6 both having fresh tires. It all depends on what the car is doing handling-wise now. We have a lot of laps into this race, a lot of rubber on the track. The cars have changed the handling a little bit. You know, maybe Phil made the right choice on the first stop, making a track bar adjustment, trying to fix the handling of the car for the end of the race. Maybe Priest put that softer right rear tire on. It's really going to adapt to his car like it has been all year. It's going to be interesting at the end.
Boy, Kobe just ate up Bobby Santos in a hurry. Now, what can Solomito do? He's the points leader, and the guy he's battling with is a few cars behind him. So even if he doesn't win here tonight, he should gain some ground in the points. But, of course, he'd love to win here at Thompson and extend it out even more. But he has to be careful, Tommy.
He does. I think he knows he's a sitting duck between the 2 and the 6 car going by him. He's got to be careful here. He's just probably got to let him go. Fight a little bit, but let him go. Settle in for 3rd. Get a good points position finish.
Well, a little bump there into the back of Kobe. Priest right up alongside. Priest will clear him as well. Now the 2 and the 6 can settle this out with fresh tires amongst the 2.
And that didn't take long at all, as you see, Ralph. Them guys carved right through that group, and it was a little bit faster than I thought. But, I got plenty of time. There's 20 laps to go for these guys to fight for the win.
Kobe in the black 2, the 4-time series champ. Right behind him, Priest, the titleist in 2013.
Yeah, Ralph, this is when the 2 car all year has seemed to get in a situation and start struggling a little bit. The last part of the race, it seems like they just cannot finish what they've started each race. And that, with the 6 car right behind him, he's going to hound him. He's going to put pressure on him. He's going to try to make his stuff wear out a little bit. The 2 car looks a little bit too tight right now, which it really will give him a better long-run car at the end. But it's not a long run now. It's a very short run. We'll see what happens. I think the 6 car looks a little bit stronger right now.
It's an interesting battle. You got a future Hall of Famer, certainly, in Doug Kobe leading, but one of the youngest and hottest talents right now out there in the 6, and Ryan Priest is just full of confidence right now.
Ryan Priest knows how to pass, so he will be setting him up one way or the other, whether it's going to be a crossover move, the bottom getting off the corner, try to get the most power off the corner and try to drive up into the corner. He knows what to do. Colby's expecting anything and everything from the 6 car because he understands how good Ryan is.
These 2 have battled quite a bit on the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour.
Yeah, they really respect each other. As the 6 car gets a good run off the corner, we'll see if he makes this the winning move here.
Inside. Oh, and a little contact, too, as Priest takes the lead.
Yeah, I mean, that's really the only way you can make that move into turn one. It's really tight there.
Now, can Kobe charge back and make the pass to take the lead back? One of the top drivers we've talked about a lot here tonight is our next-gen driver, Justin Bonsignor.
How you doing? I'm Justin Bonsignor, driver of the Phoenix Technologies number 51 Chevrolet on the Whelen Modified Tour. And this is my 8th full season on the Whelen Modified Tour. Last year we contended for the championship, missed it by about 10 points, and finished second. We had a really good relationship from 2014 all the way through the end of last year with Billy Michael, my crew chief. We actually just came back after a short stint away. I think our chemistry is back, but it took a lot of team chemistry to build over those couple years, and we got really close last year, just a couple points short of it, but we're right back in it, I think, this year with hopefully a strong second half. We can get back to having a shot when we come here in October. The tour is just so super competitive. You know, there's 10 guys that can win on any given night, and it just strives you to be better. I'm Justin Bonsignor, and that's your NASCAR Next Gen profile.
Less than 10 to go here. Kobe is still right there with him.
Preece now is just setting his pace. He knows what he has to do through experience. This past month has been pretty unbelievable for Ryan Preece. He's won a lot of modified races, finished in the top 2 in both Xfinity races, driving for Joe Gibbs. So he's got a lot of talent, a big future ahead of him. We just hope big company hooks on with him, has a really good representative in there behind that wheel.
Well, Kobe's not done just yet. What's his best shot to get around Preece? Is he going to have to really force the issue and just drive it up inside?
Yeah, but I just think with the reputation between these two, you know, the past history, what they've been through, I don't think that's going to happen tonight. I think if it was another 30, 40 laps, I think the 2-car would probably end up taking back the lead and winning this race. He just doesn't have a good enough handling car right now to catch the 6. You can see the 6-car is just turning through the center of the corner a little bit better than 2-car, and it's allowing Ryan to get off the corner a little bit straighter. It's just a matter of time with 5 to go. It just, you know, Ryan just has to do his job, and you see him in victory lane.
Man, for Kobe, how frustrating can this be? He's looking at another top 5, but still no wins.
And again, I think it has a lot to do with that softer right rear tire. I just don't think the 2-car totally has that figured out yet. Once they do, they're going to get on a roll and win a bunch of races.
Well, this is just round 9 of the 16-race season, so there's still quite a few races on the calendar, which you'll see here on NBCSN this year.
As they go by C.J. Lehman, the IGA car. This kid's another rookie. They gain invaluable experience here. Thompson going to look at running the full tour next year.
Kobe still has a lot of speed. Maybe he'd catch a break in traffic here.
That could be a chance. Could be his only chance he has.
2 to go. Oh, look out, Preece. That could get a little sketchy in there. Here he comes. Kobe trying to do something.
Maybe a couple years ago he would have kept that flow going up into him, but looks like, he got a right front flat.
Right front tire goes down on Kobe, and he pounds the outside wall.
Wait a second. They took the white flag, so he didn't lose any positions. He kept rolling, so if he just drives that thing around to take the checkered, he still might end up second.
Wow. What a turn of events for Kobe. Meanwhile, checkered flag is going to wave with the caution, and Ryan Preece is going to get win number 4. And can Kobe limp it all the way around to hang on for second? Here they were coming to the white flag.
Yeah, it looked like 2-car got
right
in the wall there, yep.
He just brushed the wall, and that must have cut that tire down.
Yeah, for sure. That
sure
was
did.
it, yeah. But that was the white flag.
Yep. And then it let go right there in a shower of sparks. And Kobe is going to get second place. Man, he hit that thing a ton.
He did. And, you know, if he held on, maintains caution car speed to the checkered flag, he won't lose a spot.
Yeah, and if that had happened 2 to go, he would have been, you know, who knows how far deep in the field. But because it was that white flag had just come out, Kobe is going to salvage, incredibly, a second-place finish.
That might be the break that they needed.
Well, it keeps them alive in the points for sure, right?
For sure.
Well, we'll be back, and we'll meet our winner right after this on NBCSN.
Hello guys, this is Ezekiel Reyes here. Make sure to hit the like button. Please subscribe to the video for more live content. If you did enjoy the video, and if you like racing, check out my content on YouTube and stuff. So, yep, I'll leave you guys to yourself, and we'll have post-race interviews here in a bit. Well, shoot, guys, they didn't do a post-race interview. They just switched to the next channel. So, thank you guys for watching. Hope you rate, hope you comment, hope you subscribe, and hope you do something good in life. I will see you in the next live stream, in which we'll be live streaming the Xfinity race. So that'll be pretty cool. Hopefully, a lot of people come around and jump in with the Xfinity race with us. Again, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell so you can get a notification for new content. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.